Hello, everyone. This is Moonbase. I'm gonna be doing a very different kind of video. So, if you don't know me, I really never made commentary videos before, but since the first video I ever made on this channel kind of exploded, I decided, you know what, let's just try something new and different for this channel, and why not do something related to my favorite cartoon at the moment, being Codename Kids Next Door. So before we get started, I have a few notes I want to get over and some disclaimers. Um, so first thing I want to bring up is that when I did this list, I wrote down the episodes, but they're not in order, so it's just in order based on I found on Wikipedia. So of course the episodes could be out of order. So I apologize if that is the case. Secondly, I apologize that you hear my bird in the background. You know, you know how birds are. They talk a lot. And lastly, well, probably not lastly, but at least I want to get it out of the way. There is spoilers or potential spoilers for each of the episodes because I am going to briefly talk about them. So if you're someone who hasn't seen season one, because this is just a tier list for the first season of the show, it's probably better if you click off now, or if you don't mind spoilers, you can stay. You know. So I'm not gonna go in detail how I did this tier list because I did make this tier list, and if you guys want me to link the tier list I made in the description or in the comments, I can definitely do that. But right now, we're just gonna get started because I don't want to make this video too long. So here we go. So the first episode that I wrote down is the episode title, or not episode, or the first ever quote unquote pilot for the show is Kenny and the Chimp. So basically, Kenny and the Chimp is basically the episode, or if you want to call it an episode, where Tom Warburton made this short for Cartoon Network, but of course, Cartoon Network declined this because of reasons, of course. So that is it. So if I was gonna rank this episode, I'm gonna rank it a mid tier. I'm gonna be nice, and I don't think this episode is terrible. Honestly, I think, or at least with this short, I don't think it's bad. Basically, it's about Kenny and his chimp going to this professor, and they were just doing random shenanigans, and that's pretty much the episode, I guess you can call it. So that's Kenny and the chimp. So I'm gonna cross this out. So the next episode I have is No P and O. I'd say I definitely liked it a bit more than Kenny and the Chimp, just because it actually gets you an idea what the show is going to be about. It's basically about Sector V trying to go into a pool full of adults and yeah, basically that's pretty much the episode. That's all you need to know about that episode. Operation Ice Cream. I'd say if I was going to rank this one, I definitely say it's a good job tier rating. It's because it's basically about Sector V trying to get some ice cream, basically defeating this massive ice cream monster that was made by the Delightful Children, who are one of the main villains of the series, or maybe the antagonist, or one of the main antagonists, basically. And it's definitely one of my personal favorite episodes. Definitely not the best one, but definitely one of my favorite episodes. Operation Ice Cream. Or actually, no, already did Ice Cream. Excuse me. Operation Cannon. I'm sorry. Operation Cannon. I'd say it's kind of around. What do I want to rank this one? I'd say pitiful because, hear me out. I don't hate this episode. I honestly don't mind it. It's just that I don't like how. I don't know how to describe it. Like how much of a jerk number 4 is in this episode. And basically in this episode is where number 1 goes out for the day because he's going like some kind of park, and number 4 became the leader for the day, basically, and make this giant cannon. So that's all I remember with that episode, which I don't despise it. It's just one of those episodes I don't really care. Operation No Power. Where do I want this? I'd say good job tier. I think it's probably I would preferred it a bit more than ice cream in my opinion, but I think if I was I think the one thing I didn't like about this episode is that just I felt oh, well, I don't know. This one's basically about the hamsters that they use as a power source, I believe. Stop going for the day, I guess, and because number three made them allow them to go on a holiday, and I actually liked it. There's nothing much I can say about this episode. It's just that's pretty much the premise, I guess. Um, Operation Teeth. This one's an interesting one. Where we want to put this? I'd say in the middle of no power and ice cream. I don't know how to describe this episode basically, but basically it's about we meet Nightbrace, who is one of the villains that we see sometimes, where he pretty much does ram stuff. So that's me, Nightbrace. That's the Nightbrace episode. Operation Pirate. There's no. Oh, oops, oops. Uh, God tier. I don't want to spoil this episode because it's definitely one of the best episodes in my opinion. So I just think it's probably best to not talk about this one for yourself. So that's all I'm gonna say. Operation Cowgirl. Trash tier. I can't explain this episode. It's just bad. I don't know why. Just my opinion. I just think it's bad. Operation Turnip. This one. Let's see. Turnip. Where do we want to put this one? I think it's a star tier. I actually enjoy this one a lot. It's basically about Sector V getting infiltrated with a lot of turnips because I think it's number three's grandfather, if I'm not mistaken. Someone can correct me. I don't remember, but I think it's the grandfather of number three, where he made this giant turnip, I guess, and they had to cut it down. And we get finally meet the running gag of the show, or one of them, which was number three's giant rabbit robot called Hippie Hop, which is definitely one of the hilarious jokes in there. So, Operation Mini Golf. I think it's gonna be trashed here. I just don't care about this episode. Basically, it's about number two going against this golfer guy. Basically, that's all you need to know. I don't know. Operation Office. Where do I want to put this one? I'd say right here. I think start here. Basically, it's about Mr. Boss, who is also one of the main villains that we see in the show. Or tough, um, one of the tough pro antagonists, I guess, where he had the plan where he wanted to send all the girls to space. Basically, that's all I remember. Which, but of course, number four was there for whatever reason. But definitely one of the better episodes in my opinion in season one. Operation Arctic. Where did I put that one? Arctic. Or here, Arctic. This is one of the more earlier episodes, I think. I say it's probably a god tier. Something about this episode, I don't know why. Something about it, I liked it. For some reason, I don't know. It's about Sector V going to the Arctic, basically, to stop a villain for making I don't remember. Like I don't remember what the mission was, but basically they had to go to the Arctic, but there was miscommunication or misunderstanding with Professor Triple Extra Large, I believe. But it was actually with Professor Bob or something like that. I don't remember. Um so let's see. Operation Lice. This one. Do I want to put this in God tier or star tier? I think I'll put it like above Operation Turnip. Hold on. There we go. I think that one's really good. Honestly, like that one. Definitely one of the more suspenseful ones, I guess you can say. Okay, here's one of the least favorite episodes. Which is Operation Lizzie. Okay, I think I want to put it. I think it's gonna be right here. Okay, hear me out. This is probably an underrated opinion. I don't necessarily hate Lizzie as a character because I think she's one of the more interesting characters in my opinion. But in this episode, she was just a pain. Like I honestly believe this is one of the episodes you can skip over. But if you've never seen Lizzie before, then don't. But that's just my opinion. Operation The Fly, which is this one. Uh, let's see. I'd say the mid tier. Actually, it's definitely high mid tier because the reason is that I actually did enjoy this episode. I definitely think it's one of the more interesting episodes because I think this is the one of the only few episodes with little to no dialogue. I think this is the only episode that has no dialogue, if I'm not mistaken. Where there's a fly that goes through Sector V's treehouse, so you can kind of get more of an idea of the treehouse, and that was pretty much it. So Operation Point. Where do I want to put this one? I'd say it's a good job tier. I think it's probably the high good job tier because honestly, something about it, I actually enjoy this one. I don't know why. Something about it. It's about Sector V spying on teenagers at a skating rink, basically, and that's all you need to know about that one. Operation Cable TV. I'd say pitiful. The reason is that nothing really important happens in this episode. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Something about it, I just don't like it. Operation Camp. Where do I want to put this one? Let's see. I'd say start here. The reason is because I actually enjoyed Bradley. If you don't know who Bradley is, he's the skunk that number 2 and 3 found on the mission in this episode. Basically, they accidentally destroyed his home at the time, and of course Bradley helped the team for the episode, and that's basically it. Operation Cake. I think this is the very first episode after the pilot. And pretty much starts off the cake escapade in every season. Let's see, where will I put this one? I'd say definitely a good job tier episode. Like, it's not my personal favorite episode in season 1, but I definitely think it's really good. Or at least favorite episode overall, but it's definitely give you an idea of the series. So we have Operation Tommy. Let's see, where we're gonna put this one. I'd say definitely right behind Operation The Fly because I think the reason why I don't like this episode that much is because of Common Cold. I don't know why. Something about him I just don't like about him. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. Like, something about Common Cold, I just don't like him. Operation Chad. I think this is a sister episode of the Tommy episode. So where are we gonna put this one? I think it's probably a high good job tier rank because you get to meet one of the more important characters, which I'll probably go in detail in a later tier list video if I want to continue this one. But he's definitely an important character, especially in later seasons. That's all you need to know. It's about him introducing Chad and his parents, which oddly enough they don't do much after this episode anyway. But basically, that's the episode. Operation Piano. Let's see where I put it. Right here. I'd say a high pitiful because I don't think it's a terrible episode. It's just one of those episodes I just didn't really care much about, So, Operation Zoo. Oh, this one's a really good one. I'd say it's probably a bit higher than Operation Arctic because I think with this episode I really enjoyed the Delightful Children in this episode. I think this is one of the episodes where we get to know them a bit more. So, which is actually really cool. Operation Quiet. Where are we gonna put this one? This one's kind of funny. I'd say it's a bit higher than Turnip, but not as good as Camp. I don't know how to explain this episode, but basically, number 1 had to go to somewhere the next morning, I believe, and he was so exhausted, so number 5 had to try and make everyone stay quiet so he can get some sleep, basically, and that's all I remember. So that's Operation Quiet. Operation Rainbows. If I remember correctly, this is the episode where number three goes to this forest, right, and meet monkey or rainbow monkeys or real life rainbow monkeys, basically. Um, I think it's probably a bit better than Operation Tommy because kind of similar to Operation Tommy, nothing really happens except like it's just introducing a bit more about Cookie's character or number three. And last but not least, the finale of the of season one is Operation Grow Up. I'd say right here is a good ranking. Like I actually enjoyed this episode. I wouldn't say it's a god tier episode in my opinion, but definitely up there. So, and I'm just gonna double check if there's anything else I want to change. And no, so that's it for this video. Actually, so this is my ranking of season one on based on my tier list. And like I said, I can definitely link my tier list that I made for this video in the description below and also in the pinned comment. So if you are very interested of doing this for this ranking or for season one, I can definitely do it. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I repeat a lot of things a lot in this video. It's just that this is the first video ever with commentary. So that being said, thank you for watching.